Fun I do, Buckaroos. How the heck are you? I am Time of Beer Whisperer. So I'm going to work through some things. I've had to worry about leaving that up there so you can see it. It's got a break, man, and I don't want that to do that. Springfield Beer Co. Some friends gave this to me. I had intended on paying for it, but they wouldn't have it. Levi and Ann, thank you guys. Dunkelweiss from Springfield Beer Co. Not Springfield Brew Co. that we have here in Springfield, Missouri, but Springfield Beer Co. Springfield, Illinois. Anyways, I digress. Let me I digress, man. Let me fix this real fast. There we go. So I have maybe a little less than half a growler left here of this Dunkelweiss. I want to finish it up today. Oh, I still got some snap in there. That's good. Drank about half of it yesterday, but I didn't finish it all. So we're gonna get the rest of it working today. You typically got maybe 2 days if you're lucky on growlers. However, yeah, however is they seal this one very well. They even taped it over. That's great when breweries do that. Get that filled up there. Let that settle in. I do love a Dunkelweiss, man. It's a style you saw a lot. Late '90s, especially up until about the mid 2000s. Man, late '90s up to say 2010. But that's when IPAs kind of exploded, and you saw nothing but IPAs from that point on. Nothing but IPAs. Nothing but. But I do love when breweries revisit classic styles. They have a lot of IPAs on their menu. In fact, the one of my coworkers always wants Levi to bring it back. They were hazy, but when I saw they had a Dunkelweiss, I said, "Oh my goodness, I gotta have that." I drank about half of it yesterday. It's a 7% Dunkelweiss. That's pretty good size for Dunkelweiss. It reminds me a lot of the Great Dunkelweiss. So back in from 2016 to 2018, I worked for a brewery out of Arkansas, Saddlebach. I'm not sure if they're still in existence, to be honest with you. The owner sold a while back, so no new folks opened it up, but they haven't posted on their social media in several months, so I'm not sure if they since closed down. But one thing Steve did right up there was his German styles, and he had a great brewer brain. But the German stuff was always oh just incredible. His Dunkelweiss was amazing. That's what this beer reminds me of. That just a classic Dunkelweiss, big and bold, nice Dunkel malt notes with those whites and features as well. Those slight fruity notes in the finish. Oh man, this beer is just insanely good. But I figured I really needed to finish it up today. I thought I did as much damage to it as I could yesterday because I was drinking some other things as well. But I knew I need to kill it today, so that's going to be that's the. I figured that was next on the agenda. Then I got a couple other things I need to work through. I got a couple crowlers from 32-ounce crowlers from uh, Beard Engine. I need to work through. One's a brown, but the other one's a milk stout, and it's not really milk stout weather. So I'm pondering that one. But I've had them both for over a week now, and I know they really need to be drank. Gosh, this beer is good. So again, happy Father's Day to all out there. Hope you're having a nice Father's Day. We pondered going out earlier today. We had some friends that were heading up to a local winery. Thought about going out there, but I just wasn't feeling it today when I got up and it was hot, and uh, there were just other factors in my decision making process. And I know I didn't need to spend the money. I was going to spend money. I'd feel guilty about spending later. As my wife and I are trying to save for our 30th anniversary. And since I had stuff here, I had beer here, I had whiskey here, I've got plenty of food here. I couldn't in good conscience say, okay, let's go out and spend money. We don't need to. So I had to stay home. I was feeling a little depressed early on, but I'm trying to shake myself out of it. And a nice present from my daughter for Father's Day. And she made this shirt. It says, I am the beer whisperer. Full of a good drink, for wisdom, and all around good guy. In all honesty, it's the only reason I wanted to go out today was to throw this shirt on. And like my daughter made this for me. That was the only reason I really wanted to go. Oh, mercy. Anyway. Anyway, I digress. I digress, man. Wow. Like I said in the other video, I'm trying to focus on the positives, right? I got my daughters is incredible. It's grandkids, my wife who puts up with me. Got great friends. I finally had a career where I feel like I belong for the first time. Damn bugs. Keep spraying for them, but they keep coming back, man. My bug spray handy. That little bastard comes back, I'm gonna hit him. That little son of a bitch comes back this way, he's gone. Anyway. Anyways, I digress. Oh, mercy. You don't see a lot of Dunko Vice here anymore. You did for a while. But the brewery I worked for did one last year, but I don't know if they'll do one again this year. It was really good though. This one is just incredible. Like I said, Saddlebach back in the day did a great one. But yeah, you don't see the style a lot. A lot of breweries have gotten away or had gotten away from classic styles in favor of nouveau styles. But you're seeing a lot of breweries bring those classic styles back. I don't know if the IPA craze is waning, but I think it's probably gone as far as it could go. I don't hate the hazy, to be honest with you. I just don't see it as great as some do. Some see it as a be all end all. That's all they drink. And for me, if I have a hazy, I mean, that's a one and done. I don't understand the folks. Well, that's all I drink all day long. Well, really? It just doesn't make sense to me. Most of them feel kind of one note, one dimensional to me. You just get a lot of palate fatigue. But then again, I know I'm a bit of a purist. I like a beer that tastes like a beer. I don't need my beer to taste like a fruit salad. I don't need that brunch IPA that tastes like orange juice or grapefruit juice. A beer that tastes like a beer. That's why I'm drinking beer, because I want to taste beer. Anyways, yeah, I'm a throwback. I get it. Uh, But I just remember the early days of the brew pub, right? Most of them only had four beers, and you usually saw a Kolsch, a stout, a wheat, sometimes a pale ale, sometimes something else. Most early brew pubs did mess with doing lagers because it was harder. They just didn't have the capacity or the time. And so you saw a lot of them do a Kolsch because it was easier for them to get out. You didn't see a lot of IPAs early on, to be honest with you. That they didn't happen till later. Like I said, some did a pale, but some didn't even go that far. And he had some breweries do 6 beers. Holy crap, 6 beers! Oh my god! And now it seems if a brewery does less than 9, somehow they're not holding their own. The truth is, a lot of smaller breweries, you shouldn't expect more than 4 to 6 beers, because it's better to do a small amount of beers right than try to do 9 or 10 or 12 half-assed. Just concentrate on getting the beer right. And I think that's why a lot of young breweries fail, is they don't concentrate enough on getting the beer right, just getting the beer out. And that's why a lot of breweries do crazy ass beers and a whole lot of adjuncts, because it's easier to hide flaws. I mean, it is difficult. It is very difficult to do a flawless pilsner. But if you chuck a whole bunch of ingredients in a beer, hey, peanut butter, coconut, banana, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. I mean, of course, I'm going too far, but it's kind of where the beer world has gone. It's about going too far. They're putting these crazy ass styles. Hey, look what we did. The reason you're doing those beers is you don't know how to brew a decent beer in the first place. If you knew how to brew a decent beer, you wouldn't need to put 100 ingredients in the damn beer. Classics. Brew me a pilsner, man. You want to prove something to me? Brew me a flawless pilsner. Brew me a Hefeweizen, a Dunkelweiss. I mean, something that if it is flawed, you're going to notice right away. Springfield Beer Co. The brew co that I have here in town, with Springfield Beer Co. Springfield, Illinois. I got to tell you, you guys know what you're doing. This beer is incredible. See if I can get the rest of this growler in here and finish this off. Me and the boys. I was just listening to some NRBQ before the video, so I know I got that song stuck in my head. Me and the boys. Anyways, me and the boys. Anyway, I digress. But I digress, man. I don't have that shot. I'll just get me in the center again. Get me in the center again. Let me show you that beer, Vanessa. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll post your comment there. Hope you're having a good day. If you want to talk about what you're drinking, feel free to let me know. We can talk about that too. Let me show you how beautiful that beer pours. Oh gosh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, this is the last of it. I'm going to finish this up. And we'll call this video to an end, because you probably heard enough from me today. Yeah, the truth is that the only reason I want to get out today is really to show this shirt off. But it was so hot. There were other factors, like I said, to not go out today. I really wanted to go, but then I felt guilty about spending the money that we don't need to spend. So I want us to have as much as possible when we go on our 30th anniversary trip, because we haven't taken a trip like this, well, ever, to be honest with you. I was going to say in a long time, but never. We've never taken this many days. We've taken as many as 4. I think we did maybe a 5-day vacation once when our daughter was little. Uh, but usually because of pets and kids, and we have, especially recently with just the pets, we haven't been gone more than 2 or 3 days. So this is going to be, I want to be able to do as much as we can on this one, because we've never been able to do anything like this before. Take 8 days and just go somewhere. I'm sure you didn't hear that, but in the background, my wife has that much time together. I might shoot you. In the car, should I add in the car? Yeah, that's possible. We're not going to be in the car that often though, because I do have one spot. We're going to stay in one spot for 5 days, and I haven't broke down. The first day is the longest drive, at about 7.5 hours, and then we're gonna spend the night and then head into into our destination the next day, which is only about 2.5 hours from there. We're gonna be there for 5 days, but then I've got the trip home. That's 7.5 hours home into a couple spots. So it's only that first day. If we survive the first day, we're gonna think we'll be okay since we're in one spot for 5 days. And that's the thing. That's something we have never done before. Is stayed in one spot for that long to really, explore one particular area. So, man, I haven't had a Dunkelweiss in a long time, and just every time I have one, it reminds me how much I love the style. Oh my gosh, this beer is just insanely good. The next time he goes, I'll pick me up something else. Now they know how brilliant this beer is. Yeah, I am an IPA guy. I do like IPAs. Don't get me wrong. And just sometimes I get just to get a, you know, I get very curmudgeon. Sometimes I go full curmudgeon. Why do you have so many? I don't understand people that only drink IPAs. But I've noticed folks my age will typically drink everything. We like most styles. But I've noticed folks younger than as millennials specifically become style specific. A lot of them, even though they may venture a little bit off, they really stay with one specific style most of this time or most of the time. Well, my generation really is typically not style specific or brewery specific. We just like good craft beer. Whereas microbrew drinkers are very brand specific, whereas or craft beer drinkers are not. Waiting outside makes my nose itch. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy, sláinte.